Hello, everybody. I'm back talking some more about business plans. Last time I talked about the top 5 mistakes that I felt I made when I wrote my first business plan. Now I'm back to talk about how you can still write a business plan but keep it simple, um, and still get the information that you need so that you can do some really good planning. That is, if you really think you need a business plan. If you're not applying for a grant or venture capital or some type of small business loan, you may not even need a business plan, and you definitely don't need a 25 page, 50 page, or 100 page document. You can get it done in probably 1 or 2 pages and still have a really good, solid business plan with all the information that you need to get started. So here we go. I have 7 things that I want to share. So here we go. Number one, who are you? What's your company about? Describe the company, any team members, where you're located, where did the idea for the company come from, and what solution will you provide to your target market? Number two, what are you selling? Describe your product or service in as much detail as possible. When you're done, it should be crystal clear what you're trying to sell to your market. People shouldn't have to guess. Number three, very important, who are you selling to? Who is your target market? You need to be as specific as possible, and don't say you're selling to everybody, because you're not. I don't care how much you want it, everybody's not going to buy your product or service. There's a specific set of people who are going to be interested in the solution that you provide. So be specific as possible when you're describing your target market. Number four, competition. You need to do research on your competition. You need to know, are there any other companies out there selling the same products or services as you are? You need to be able to answer the question, why should your target market buy from you? What makes you the more desirable option? That's very important to know also. Number five, how will you get the word out about your business? People can't buy from you if they don't know you exist. So you have to figure out how you're going to do that. Are you going to buy advertising, TV, radio? Are you going to use social media, word of mouth? It's very important that you make sure you use the proper channel that your target market is more likely to listen to. If they listen to radio, you need to use radio. If they're social media users, you need to rely more on social media. So that's a very important decision to make. Number six, how much will it cost for you to get your product or service out in front of your customers? Meaning, what are all your expenses, startup costs, whatever you need for utilities, maybe rent if you're going to rent out a space, if you're going to outsource any of your functions like the accounting function, materials, supplies, everything that you will need to get your product or service out in front of your customers, your potential customers. You need to add all of that up and come up with a really good budget so that you'll know exactly what you're going to need to get started, and to make sure you don't end up with any shortfalls, because you don't want to get started and try to put your product out or service out in front of people and then realize you don't have enough money to really do it the right way and to really put out a quality product that people will want to buy. Last but not least, this is number 7, is what are you going to charge for your goods and services? Pricing strategy. That's very important. It's probably the most important thing you will do when writing a business plan and starting your business. Pricing strategy can be hard because in a lot of ways it's more art than science. And a lot of people get it wrong initially and end up leaving money on the table, especially if you've never done it before. So pricing strategy is very important. You have to make sure you set a price that your customers are willing to pay. And sometimes it's as simple as adding up all your costs and then adding a profit margin to it. Sometimes it's that simple. Sometimes it's a lot more complicated. But to get you started, the simple way is to just add up all your costs, add a profit margin to it, and then adjust as you go along when you find out what they're willing. So those are the 7 things that I think you should include in a really simple business plan. Thanks for watching. Leave me some comments, questions, and I'll see you next time.